Hello, hello, my lovelies. Welcome to another month. You made it. You made it another month. Oh, we did it. So, how was your February? Mine was about what I expected. It's a wild time to just be alive and to be an artist. So, I wanted to bring back my Buffy deck because we really enjoyed it last time, and I really haven't gotten much of a chance to play with it in between. February, as I recall, was all about like sort of storing up energy and doing like small things that aren't necessarily like big projects or big flashy things. We are just like working on our projects more for ourselves and less for like external gratification, if I remember correctly. So how did that go? I think it went pretty well for me. I didn't work on my Dragon Tarot deck as much as I would have liked because I have been compulsively playing the new Dragon Age game as it has just become my comfort game, and it's the only thing that my brain wants to do is just play that over and over again because, you know, I live in America, and that's going well. So, we're not here to talk about that today. We're here to get our reading for March. Watch me forget what month comes next. What month are we in? I don't know. So, let's get our first card is going to be our overall for the month, and then, as usual, I will draw two cards that will pertain to that card, hopefully, and get our reading for the month. If you would rather that I try like a different style for these, let me know. I am open to suggestions. So what according to Buffy is our card for today? We have the Seven of Scythes, which I believe scythes are swords in this deck. Is that Giles with a bunch of axes? A little hard to, it's Giles or Spike, I can't tell. They both have cheekbones. Okay, so it's really hard for me not to put this kind of card in terms of sort of world events and especially events within my own country, but I'm going to try. This card talks about like trickery, and it could either be us trying to get away with something or somebody playing a trick on us. I personally cannot help but feel that some very high up people are trying to do trickery against us, but potentially not. Potentially also, like, it could be if you are an artist and you're planning to do something subversive or something that maybe speaks a little truth to power, it might be warning us to be careful because this is like getting caught in our tricks. Even it could be something as simple as like, hey, if you're writing a book and you're writing somebody that you don't like into the book, maybe that person's going to figure it out. So be sneakier is my thought from this card. But this card is all about trickery. So our next month, somebody's doing some shady dealings. Us or somebody else.
Another thought that I had is also to watch out for potential scams. I know in the writer world there are a ton of scams, people trying to convince you to give them money for them to publish your book. Remember, in the publishing world, if somebody's asking you for money to publish your book for you, that's not a real publisher. So watch out for those scams. If somebody approaches you out of the blue, having never spoken to you before, claiming that they're going to help you with something or do something for you, that is almost certainly a scam. Be on the lookout for it, artist friends.
So that's really interesting. Let's see what our other two cards are that pertain to that one. This one jumped out of the deck. When they jump out, I usually take them as a sign that they want to show up. Okay, we have the Eight of Pentacles reversed. So let me flip that over so you can appreciate the art. Looks like Buffy in the training room with Giles doing some stabby stabs, but it is reversed. Okay, so this card going along with the previous one kind of maybe brings a whole new dimension into it because I know the previous one was trickery and I was looking external for like world things that are trying to trick us, but this card might be telling us that we're trying to trick ourselves because this card does warn about being wary of perfectionism and getting too bogged down in everything like being perfect and your best laid plans and all of that. So maybe we are playing a trick in this month, but we're tricking ourselves, and these cards are maybe telling us like, hey, you need to chill and stop looking for everything to be perfect. I have yet to meet an artist who's not at least a little bit of a perfectionist, and there are a lot of us, and I know I have those tendencies myself. So perhaps this is saying, hey, you're fooling yourself if you think you're going to be perfect. Watch out for that. But let's see what the last card says and see like which direction, because I feel like this could go in any direction. Because this can also mean just that we are being more inward and looking more inward and working on ourselves more than any external thing. So it could we could be going micro or macro with this, and maybe it just kind of depends on who you are and where you are in your life, which element of this reading is resonating more with you. But let's see what our last card is. Maybe something a little bit more hopeful? Come on, Buffy deck. Buffy's going to tell it like it is. I can already tell that this is going to be one of those decks that is just like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to sugarcoat. I'm going to tell it like it is. It's my Dragon Age deck as well. My fandom decks are very serious. Okay, we have the 5 of Pentacles, more Pentacles. I don't actually know what this scene is, so if you're familiar with Buffy. I still have not done my Buffy rewatch. Yeah, okay, wow, this deck is coming for our throats this month because this card is talking about like economic struggling and maybe you're not doing so well monetarily and it's like, dude, chill out. Maybe I don't want to use the Buffy deck again because it's being real mean to us. But also it might be a fair warning that this next month is gonna be hard. And like with this card in play, for me, it definitely feels like it's leaning back on the people who are trying to trick me are like authority figures. But again, possibly it might be you trying to trick yourself. Like if you're working on a project and you're so tied up with the need for perfection that you never finish the project and then you don't get paid for the project, then you've got economic problems and it might be time to say like, it's done. It's not perfect, but it's done, which we authors are pretty familiar with because like, I know I, for one, would never be finished with my books if I let myself. I just have to eventually get them to a state where I can tolerate publishing them and then like never look at them again because I will want to fix things if I read them again. So maybe it's saying something like that, but we might also just be getting the warning that, I mean, artists, we all know we don't have a lot of money flying around. Like you meet a rich artist and I am immediately suspicious. So this month might be the time to just really like focus on keeping your finances okay and like bracing for impact. And again, if you live in the United States right now, that's kind of the state we've been in. But if you're outside of the United States or you're someplace where things are a little bit more stable, maybe this message is a little bit more internal for you. So I think we have an internal or an external message with this reading, and it just really is up to you where you are personally, which way we go. So tell me please what you thought about that reading. That was a lot, and I'm kind of side-eyeing my Buffy deck now and being like, okay, I need you to be a little bit nicer to me. But comment below and let me know what your thoughts are. Please let me know how it goes for you, and I will see you next month. Hopefully. Bye.